How you doing, everybody? Chat to Bado, business coach and launch strategist. So glad to have you guys here today. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you guys a high-level training called the 8 Pillars of a 7-Figure Business. Now, if you're watching this live today, I want to know who you are, where you're watching from. We're going to go for about 35, 40 minutes, so grab a pencil and piece of paper. We're going to dive deep here because if you've ever wanted to launch your very own business, whether it's an online coaching business or a consulting business, or maybe you want to be a speaker or a teacher or an author or whatever, you need to pay attention because the training that I'm going to give you today is pretty high level. It's something that you're going to be able to take and you're going to be able to apply it immediately. It's no fluff. This is really, really deep. Before I get into the pillars, I want to tell you where this came from. So many of you guys may know that I've been a business coach for about 13, 14 years now. I've been doing it full time for almost 11. And I have literally helped over 5,200 people launch and scale their online coaching business. We've had over 170 people walk across stage and get their 2 Comma Club award. We've literally helped thousands of people create multiple 6 figures in their business, and literally thousands of people just to be able to create their business that just gives them the financial freedom that they need to be able to quit their job and to be able to move into what they want. But those of you who know me, you know it hasn't always been that way because I was a pastor for about 19, almost 20 years. And very comfortable career. Meanwhile, when I was a pastor, I had started multiple companies, whether it be a networking company called Hyphen or a kids sports organization called Shape Education. I had a church consulting company called Grow Church / Radius Impact that we did. I worked with another pastor on a program called Laser Church, the Oikos strategy for church growth. And I had a pretty successful ministry and career. And I was traveling the country helping churches go from drab to fab using what I called the 90-day turnaround, which was my 7-step process that churches had to implement within the first 90 days of new leadership coming so that their church could move out of plateau and back into health. And I did that forever, and then I ended up going through a pretty big life change. So I ended up going through a divorce. And when you go through a divorce in the church world, that doesn't mean you just lose your marriage. You also lose your ministry. So I lost my marriage. I lost my ministry. I lost my income. I lost my kids half the time. And really what I did was I lost my identity. And it was so hard because when you don't know what you're going to do next, your brain begins to wonder. And you have a tendency to go down a negative pathway. And so what I did know is I didn't want to go get a job, a job. I didn't want to go work from somebody. I figured I would be like the world's worst employee. And I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, so I wanted to start my own company. So I tried to figure out like what I could do to take what I was doing in the church world, but bring it over to the secular world and be able to coach people. And those of you who know me know that the year after my divorce, I made a grand total of $14,600. Not much. I mean, I was broke as a joke, but I wasn't going to give up on my dream. And so I literally started driving Lyft. That's like Uber, right? So I started driving Lyft. In fact, over here on my shelf, I still have the sticker that I would put on my window when I was live driving Lyft. And my kids were little. They were 3, 5, and 10 back when I started, and I'd give them a ton of melatonin, put them to bed, knock them out, so to speak. And then I would go drive Lyft and Uber until I made a couple $100 because that's the only way that I could keep the lights on. It's the only way that I could pay the bills. And so I'd bring my laptop with me, and in between drives, I'd be opening up my laptop and I'd be hustling. And I started my an online course called Get Paid to Podcast, and it did okay, but just okay. But it wasn't until I realized that I had a superpower for helping people start their businesses. In fact, my coaching company was called Catapult. We help you start. And I created a program called Launch 28 where we would take you and take your idea and turn it into a business in 28 days or less. And then we went and we took that. We did pretty good with it. And we went from broke to $250,000 in 90 days. And then $250,000 to getting our first 2 Comma Club award, which is $1 million award. You see one of them on the wall back here, in 18 months. And I did that multiple times. And so then we started a coaching company called Cavu. And what Cavu was if Catapult was we take your idea and turn it into a business, Cavu was then we were going to take your business and turn it into a 7-figure automated marketing machine, and we did really well with that. I ended up buying this big, gigantic little mini mansion over here in Gilbert, and people would fly in from literally all around the world, and we would coach them up. And we were expensive, $36,000, $50,000 for our coaching program, and we were on top of the world. And then when COVID came, things began shifting, and I began looking at a lot of these people who had really big hearts. They wanted to launch their business, but they were broke, and they were where I was just a few years ago. And so I started something that I wanted to help them with. So I started my Broke But Not a Joke coaching program, and we did pretty good. We did pretty good with that. And now I've got a brand new program called Night School, which is where we take people who are stuck in the 9-to-5 rat race, or they're like me, they're trying to start their business, but they got to do something else. They have to have 2 or 3 jobs in order to be able to pay the bills so they can do their dream. And I created a program called Night School where we can get in, and in the hours of 5 to 9 in the morning or 5 to 9 in the evening, I'm like, give me 2 days, give me 2 hours and 2 days per week, and I can help your dream come to fruition. And so that's up and running, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. But what I know is when I was at the peak of my coaching, I had open doors. I had access. And so I have in my phone, I have Russell Brunson's private cell phone number. And I used to go to ClickFunnels headquarters all the time. And I remember sitting down with him. It was right after the Grant Cardone event, and we were on a yacht. Russell, Julie Chanel, myself, a bunch of people that were working the 10X event there. And I remember sitting down with him and asking him, because that event for him was a failure. It wasn't a failure. We would have all been like flying high if we would have made that much money. But for him, it was a failure because they were hoping to make $12 million, and they didn't do that. And I just remember sitting down with him and having a conversation with him about what is it that you did to be able to go from where you were to where you are? And he started giving me some wisdom and insight, and that opened up a thing for me. I'm like, I need to talk with people. So I talked with Myron Golden. I talked with Dan Henry. I talked with Liz Binney. Then I talked with Dean Graziosi. I talked with a crew from Grant Cardone's group. I just started talking with all these people who had businesses that I wanted. And I wanted to figure out, what was it that they were doing that made them really successful? And I took a ton of notes. And based upon what they were saying, I saw a pattern emerging. And that's when I came up with the 8 pillars of a 7-figure business. By the way, I've got about 20 pages of notes right here. I'm not going to get to hardly any of this today. So if you want my notes, if you would like the notes that I got on my 8 pillars of a 7-figure business, just put notes in the comment. Just say notes. And when I'm done, I'll have my assistant shoot them to you in a DM. And so comment notes right here. And also do me a favor. Today's my birthday, okay? So wish me happy birthday and tell me who you are, where you're watching from. If you think that this training will help somebody, hit the share button so more people can access it. This is how we get the algorithm up so more people watch this. But let's jump into here, okay? Because what I noticed after interviewing all of those experts, that there were some common denominators that showed up again and again in the most successful businesses in our space. And I found 8 of them. And when all 8 of these are in place, then a business grows predictably. And if you're missing even just one of these, what you're going to notice is you're going to have these ups and then you're going to have these downs, ups and downs. And a lot of times in the entrepreneur space is when you're down, we have a tendency to stay down. And when you're down and you stay down, you drown. And this is why so many people go from shiny object to shiny object to shiny object. It's because they don't know how to get back up. They don't know how to be consistent. And so what I want to do is I want to give you these 8 pillars, and what I'm hoping is that you'll take copious notes, and then you'll give me the opportunity to coach you, whether it's at a lower level like in Night School, which is only $99 a month, and you get my Chat GPT, which I'll show you a little bit, who can walk you through the process, or if it's a little higher, like at the $297 a month level, where you get some group coaching in that, or whether you do our Yellow Brick Road, where you pay $5,000 down and $1,250 a month, and John and I will work with you for 2 or 3 consecutive days getting your business up and running, or whether you do our CAVU program. The CAVU, what we call the CAVU, it's just CAVU, actually, just CAVU, it's $1,000 a month, okay? And then we have CAVU Premium and CAVU Elite, which is more. So CAVU Premium, we get on with you every week, and it's a couple grand a month. And then CAVU Elite, it's all done for you, and it's $50,000 for that particular program. So whatever level you come in at, I hope you let us coach you because we want to walk you through this. So here are the 8 pillars. Are you ready? You guys got a pencil? Got a piece of paper? If you guys are ready for these 8, somebody say, I'm ready. Say, I'm ready. Let me see it in the chat room. Somebody say, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So here we go. So here are the 8 pillars. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I'm going to put here, I'm going to put a big 7 in the middle, and then I'm going to draw a circle. Okay? 7 circle. Okay? This is a 7-figure business that we're trying to create here. So whether you're just starting out, whether you have a 6-figure business or you're trying to get to the 6-figure mark or you've already surpassed it, it doesn't matter because you're going to hit these at various levels, okay? But here is the 8 pillars to a 7-figure business. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 7 pillars or 8 pillars of a 7-figure business. The first pillar is everybody who has an 8-figure business, okay, or even a multiple 7-figure business, or even a multiple 6-figure business on their way to an 8-figure business, has this. Number 1, they have a strategic business plan. They have a strategic business plan that they follow that allows them to start, sell, and scale. Okay? They have a strategic business plan that allows them to start, sell, and scale. Now, inside of Night School, I'm putting together some core curriculum, and I'm going to have an entire course just on this, just on the business plan. Okay? Because there's 7 components of a business plan that you really have to have. I'm not going to give you all 7 of them, but I'm going to tell you the big ones. Okay? So the first one is, if you're going to have a business plan, okay, you have to be able to whittle your sentence down into what we call the big idea. Okay, the big idea. So when I was a pastor, we would do this with our sermons. Like, what's the point of the sermon? And so when we coach you through CAVU, we help you distill your business down into one line. The point of my business is, okay? The point of my business is. Now, what is the point of your business, okay? And there's 3 things with this you really need to know, okay? Like, who are you helping? Like, what are they achieving and how are you doing it? We'll get to that in a second. But you have to be able to distill your business down into one sentence. So a weak example of this would be like, the point of my business is to help people succeed in business. That's weak, okay? That doesn't say anything, okay? And some of you are in the habit of saying a lot without saying anything, okay? That's a weak one. A solid one would be, the point of my business is to help entrepreneurs grow revenue. That's okay. But a really good one would be, the point of my business is to help online coaches land their first $10,000 client in the next 30 days using my whatever framework you have. That would be even better. And so when you're building a business plan, you have to be able to create a vision statement for your business. Everything is going to rise and fall on this one particular statement. When you know exactly what your business is about, you stop chasing. Okay, you stop chasing. You stop chasing shiny objects. Every webinar that you see, every training that you see doesn't knock you off course. Why? Because you know the point of your business. You know the direction of your business. Because I believe that direction, not determination, ultimately produces the outcome. So for instance, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, right? I'm in my studio here in Phoenix. And if I wanted to go to Seattle, I could have all the desire in the world to go to Seattle. But if I get on I-10 going east, I don't care how determined I am to get to Seattle. I don't care, how much manifesting I do to get to Seattle. If I'm on I-10 going east, I'm not going to end up in Seattle. I better get on I-10 west, get to LA, and then take I-5 north to get to Seattle, because the direction you're going ultimately determines the outcome. So you need a direction for your business. You need to know what the point of your business is. And so in CAVU, we come in, and on day 1, we help you get crystal clear on what is the point of your business, okay? Then from there, with your business plan, we help you we do what we call the what, who, how, okay? Or we help you figure out, like, what's the mission, what's the market, and what's the method. John is brilliant at this, okay? It's like, what are you doing? Okay? Who are you doing it with? And then how are you going to do it? So you have to know the mission, or this could also be like the message. Okay, like what are you about? Okay, so if the point of your business is this, now what we want to do is we want to bring it down to a little bit more granular level. Like what's the measurable outcome your business exists to create? Okay, did you hear what I said? What's the measurable outcome your business exists to create? So what is that outcome? You got to know that. And then the market is, who exactly are you being called to serve? Okay, who exactly are you being called to serve? Because I believe that precision attracts and vagueness repels. So we have to know exactly who your market is. We got to bring that down. And you have to remember that a market, the who, identity is simply the label that you or someone else places upon yourself, right? So the people that you're serving call themselves something. So you can't say, well, I serve middle-aged women between the ages of 36 and 54 who got bunions on their feet, who, can't stand their marriage, who did. No. That's not a label, okay? Those are descriptions. It's not a label. A label is who. If you were to go to a networking event and somebody was to ask you, what do, you would be able to tell them. Or who are you? What's your title? Okay, I'm a business coach. I'm a launch strategist. Okay, so you got to know the label that these people are calling themselves so you can then target them and market them. You have to know who. And then the method is, how do you plan on delivering the outcome in a consistent, scalable way? Okay, how are you going to do that? Right, so for me, like in Cavu, I know that I'm a business coach. I'm a launch strategist, okay? And I'm as good at strategy and I'm as good at coaching as anybody that I know. I'll put my work up against anybody, okay? Now, I'm not for everybody, okay? I'm not. For some people, I'm a little too harsh. For some people, I'm a little too blunt. For others, I'm way too soft, okay? I'm not for everybody. But I know that I'm going to help you start, sell, and scale. That's what I do, and I do that as good as anybody that I know, okay? So if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to sell inside your business, and you're trying to scale your business, sign me up, okay? But I also know who my audience is. I also know that my audience is best if we can create a measurable result. If all your results are emotionally and you can't measure it, I'm probably not going to be very good for you, because I'm going to push you until you turn that emotion into a numeric result. That's my market. My market are for business owners, people who are tired of the 9 to 5. My market are people who believe that they've got something inside of them that will make a difference in this world. Okay, my market is not for get-rich-quick people. That's not my market. Okay, if you sell e-com and you're into like selling crud like this on like eBay or on Etsy or on Temu, I am not your guy. If you're trying to build an Amazon business, don't come to me. That's not who I am. If you're trying to build an empowering coaching company where you can take your knowledge and get paid for what you know, and you can make a massive difference in the hearts and in the lives of people, I'm your guy, okay? And then my method is my pointer system. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I have a step-by-step process using my pointer method that's going to be able to get you from idea to launch very quickly, and from launch to scale very quickly. I've got that dialed in. The third thing in your business plan is you have to know what your key initiatives are. And this is big, okay? You have to know this. You have to know what are the 2 or 3 things that you're going to do this year that pushes the ball down the field? Not the 27 things, but the 2 or 3 things. 7-figure, 8-figure businesses laser focus on 2 to 3 key initiatives every single year. Now, a key initiative is not a task. It's a change trajectory, okay? Okay, so do more marketing. That's not a key initiative. Grow my email list. That's not a key initiative, okay? Add 2,000 qualified subscribers through a 90-day lead magnet campaign by June 1st. That's an initiative. What are your 2 or 3 initiatives that you're going to do this year that moves the ball down the field, okay? This is what we're very good at in coaching, is we help you put blinders on. We help you say no to almost everything so you can say yes to these 2 or 3 things. One of my key initiatives, you'll see it over on the right-hand side of your screen this year. Okay, in fact, both initiatives are on this screen. Okay, I have an initiative for night school. My goal is I want 1,000 people by this time next year. I want 1,000 people inside of night school to be able to help them take their idea and turn it into a business on their own time. Okay, that's my initiative, and I'm going all in on it. If you were to see in night school, I'll show you inside here in a little bit. You'd be very impressed. There's a lot of stuff already in, and it's still in beta mode, okay? This is why I created my Chat GPT, where I pay a lot of money every month to train an AI bot on over 4 million of my words, okay? Now, trust me, I got a lot more words than that, but these are the 4 million that it needed to hear so it can coach you as if it's me. Last night, I jumped into the back end of my AI, and somebody spent almost 4 hours with me last night working on their big idea for their business and their offer and their avatar. And I was just watching it. It was like they did an entire business plan with me last night. That's one of my initiatives. I wanted to be able to duplicate myself so I could be more accessible and more affordable. Because not everybody can afford $1,000 for a coaching call. But boy, they can sure afford the $99 inside of night school where they can get me 24/7, 365. So that was one of my initiatives. Another initiative is Cavu. Okay, my Cavu business is like, I want to have that thing firing on all cylinders again, where we are helping people. I think the best in the industry. We are helping people to scale their business, to get out of the small mom and pop shop mentality and to be able to expand their horizon and get to the next level. Those are my initiatives. What are yours? So what I learned about 8-figure businesses was they had a big idea. Okay, they had their message, their mission, their market, and their method locked in. They knew the 2 or 3 key initiatives that they were going to do this year. And the fourth thing was they measured everything. Okay, they measured everything. They had measurable metrics. They had measurable metrics. I call this the Cavu 11. Okay, that's a V. The Cavu 11. Okay, there are 11 things. It used to be the Cavu 9, and I added 2 to it today. There are 11 things that when you're starting out and you're growing that you need to be able to measure in your business. And if you don't have metrics that you can measure, then you're probably not really in business. Your door is open a little bit, but we need to open that door all the way. Okay, so I'll just give you an example. So we teach people how to have like a messenger. Like for instance, so you may have just noticed here that I just said like, hey, here's my training, and if you want my notes, by the way, I've got 20-something pages of notes. I'm not going to get to 20% of them. If you want my notes, put the word notes inside of the comments here, and at the end of the training today, I'll have my assistant reach out to you with the notes. Now, see, that's a method. That's not just an accidental thing. That's an intentional thing, okay? And what we do is we want to find out, like, how many people are sending those, right? And then we have my assistant go in and we message those people, and then we start conversations with you, and then we figure out whether you're a qualified lead or not, right? So those are 3 metrics that we measure, like how many messages did you send? How many conversations did you start? How many qualified leads did you have? And then the 4th metric is, like, I want to know what's the cost per qualified lead. What does it cost me to get a qualified lead? If I'm running ads, and let's say I'm running ad to a messenger, to a message, I want to know what's it cost me to get a qualified lead. A qualified lead for me is somebody who wants to do what I teach. A qualified lead is somebody who matches my energy. A qualified lead is someone with integrity, and a qualified lead is someone who can afford my particular program, and a qualified lead is somebody who's ready to take the next step. So I've got questions that I ask to be able to qualify them. So I want to know, what does it cost me to get a qualified lead? Then I have the setter, okay? So I want to know, like, okay, how many appointments is my setter setting, okay? And then how many of them are showing up? I want to know that. Like, so if I'm setting 10 appointments a week, but I'm only getting 3 of those 10 to show up, I want to know that, because there are things that I can do inside my business to make tweaks to be able to get them happening, okay? I want to know, like how many deals am I closing? What's my appointment to close ratio? So if I'm talking with somebody on camera and I'm doing a discovery call or a coaching call or something like that, I want to know how many of those calls does it take me to make in order for me to make a sale. The reason is because if I can measure it, I can monetize it. If I can't measure it, I can't monetize it. It's mediocre. Okay. So I want to know that. I want to know what's my cost of acquisition. So like if I've got a product that I'm selling, let's say night school, it's $99 a month. I want to know how much money does it cost me to sell somebody into my $99 per month program. Okay, so I want to know, does it cost me $200? Well, if it costs me $200 and I know I'm going to be at the break-even point at month 2, I'd probably take that deal. Okay, if I've got a higher end program, I want to know what's my cost of acquisition. I want to know that. I want to know like when somebody sells something, how much cash do they collect? So like in Cavu, right? So at our high-end program, $50,000 program, okay? Well, they're probably going to have to put at least $10,000, if not $15,000 down for us to get going, okay? That's not always the case. Sometimes we'll do it on a payment plan, but they're going to have to put that down, okay? On a normal Cavu, it's just $2,000 a month, so there's nothing down. It's just $2,000 and we get started. So we can't take less than that, so we take that. At our $1,000 a month program, or it's actually $1,250. I said $1,000. It's actually $1,250. Excuse me. At our $1,250 a month program, it's $1,250 a month. At our Yellow Brick Road, it's $5,000 down, $1,250 a month. I want to see how much cash we're collecting because cash flow is ultimately what keeps the business alive. If you don't have cash flow, that plane is going to crash. So you have to have cash flow. So you need to know that. Then you need to know monthly recurring revenue, okay? So how much revenue is going to come in this month, whether I make another sale or not? I want to know that, okay? That's a big deal to me. And then ROAS, what is the return on ad spend? Once again, all this is inside my notes. If you're not able to keep up, just simply put notes in the chat room. When I'm done, I'll have my assistant send the notes to you so you can have all of this. But those are the 11 metrics. So the way I break it down is I break it down into like front end, like messenger, okay? Messenger, okay? Setter, closer, business health. Those are the metrics that I want. And there's 11 of those that we want to look at. And if you can take your business and turn it into a math equation, then your business is on fire. So this is all under pillar number 1. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on pillar number 1, but it's that important. These are things that your 8-figure business do. So they have a business plan to start, to sell, and to scale. And this business plan becomes their game plan for what they're doing, okay? So pillar number 1 is they have a business plan to start, sell, and scale. And inside that business plan, they have the big idea, the message, mission, market, and method. They have the 2 or 3 key initiatives that they're going to be working on that year, and they have 11 measurable metrics. Now, some businesses measure way more, some measure less, but I call it the Cavu 11. These are the 11 things. Pillar number 2. Now, they're not all that long. That's the longest one. We'll probably do the next 7 in the same amount of time it took us to do that one. Pillar number 2. They have a high ticket and a passive aggressive offer. A passively aggressive offer. Now, what in the world is that? Well, first, let's start with a high ticket offer, okay? I don't know of many coaching companies that are doing 7 and 8 figures if they don't have a product that at least costs $5,000. I don't know any. So a high ticket offer is definitely needed. This is a premium priced, transformation driven program that costs somewhere between $5K and $50K. Okay, and it's designed to deliver a clear, measurable transformation. A high-ticket offer generates fast cash. It establishes authority positioning. It produces case studies and proof. When I first got a $25,000 product in my business, I always said that it's easier to sell a $25,000 product than is a $250 product. The reason is just by having a $25K offer in my menu, it elevated my status. Whoa, people pay this guy 25 grand? Whoa, he must be good, right? So just having it elevates your status. And so that's what a high ticket offer does. And so, we have in our $25,000 Cavu program, it's $3,000 down, $2,000 a month, and we have what's called Pause Your Payment Promise. that if you come in and you do exactly what we say, and you do our POI in the pointer system, the build your minimum viable product, create a high ticket, irresistible offer, and then do an internal launch. You do those 3 things. We guarantee that you will make all $25,000 in your business back by day 90. And if you don't, we push pause in your business or pause in your payment until you do. I call it the pause your payment promise. Okay. What we learned with that is it was easy to get people that ROI when they had a high ticket offer. So if you were to come into Kavu and you were to want me to do some kind of guarantee, the first thing you would have to do is let me create you a high ticket offer. Now, those are super important, and every 8-figure business has one, and you need one. Now, with high ticket offer, you're going to have to trade a little time for dollars. Well, hold on a second, Chan. I'm getting in this business because I don't want to trade time for dollars. I'm so sick and tired of trading time for dollars. Well, listen, I don't know a person who makes money that doesn't trade time for dollars. Well, look at that Russell Brunson. He don't trade no time for dollars. Oh, my God. Do you know how hard that guy works? That guy wakes up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, goes to bed at midnight, and he doesn't stop working. Don't tell me that guy doesn't trade time for dollars. So here's what happens. In our attempt, I'm gonna go big screen on this because you need to hear this, okay? In your attempt to not trade time for dollars, if you're not careful, you're going to trade time for no dollars. Listen to what I just said. So many of you are trading time for no dollars. You're trading your time. You're trying to build your business, but you're not making any money. Okay? So you need to create a high ticket offer. I'll help you with it. I'll help you figure out. I believe that if you help me create, like if you were to DM me right now and say, hey, Chad, I want to hire you as my coach, I can have you making money tomorrow with a high ticket offer. The reason is because high ticket offer, you're going to trade time for dollars. It's the easiest one to sell, and you can start today. You don't have to have everything perfected. You can start today. High ticket offers are the best ones. But you need a second type of offer as well, and that's what I call a passively aggressive offer. Okay? Now, I need to trademark this term, okay? So somebody put in the chat room passively aggressive offer. Chad coined that phrase or something, right? Because I know people are going to steal this. But you need a passively aggressive offer. Now, what is a passively aggressive offer? A passively aggressive offer is an offer that allows you to have recurring revenue that feels passive to you, but it takes a very aggressive fulfillment for your clients. So Laura Portier, one of my favorite humans in this world, way back in the day when I first started, I helped her as her coach and mentor, and she was doing social media for a big hospital here in the Phoenix area. And we helped her create a passively aggressive offer. So she created a $7 per month offer, and she put people, now she's had over 10,000, and I'm probably underestimating that, over 10,000 people join this group. And it was $7 a month, right? And it was generating passive income for her. But it creates a very progressive, it takes a very aggressive approach to fulfill for those clients. That girl is in there working her tail off, okay? And so people stay in her program because how much value she delivers inside of that, okay? So if a high ticket offer is a premium priced offer between $5 and $50K designed to deliver a clear, measurable transformation, then a passively aggressive offer, okay, is a recurring revenue model layered with aggressive fulfillment, okay? And I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you some examples of this, okay? So, for instance, let's take Tony Robbins, okay? So Tony Robbins runs a high-ticket program. He's got his live events, UPW, Date with Destiny, Business Mastery, his Platinum Partnership, okay? His Platinum Partnership is like $100,000. It's a lot of money, okay? You're going to pay a lot of money to go to these events, UPW, Date with Destiny, Business Mastery, right? Okay? But those are his high-ticket offers. But he also has a passively aggressive offer. Okay, so he's got Robbins Results Coaching. He's got digital memberships. He's got SaaS-style tools. He's got, coaching program that's very aggressive. They're going to get in your face. They're going to challenge you. They're going to provide accountability to you. So you may not be paying a ton of money, but you're going to pay a little bit of money a lot of times. Okay, so he's getting monthly recurring revenue that's very predictable, but yet he's aggressive in his approach, so it's not a set it and forget it. The set it and forget it days are over. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create me an online course I'm going to charge $197 per month, and I'm going to build that thing once, and I'm going to retire. Okay, and that thing's just going to build my bank account and fill my bank account forever and a day. Well, good luck. That don't happen. Okay, that does not happen. Well, Amy Porterfield does it. Do you know how much work Amy Porterfield puts behind her digital course academy to be able to sell that thing? Do you know how much money she puts behind it? Do you know how much aggressive coaching she does in it? It's not a passive, gone are the days of passive income. Now it's passively aggressive income. So you can create a SaaS. They're everywhere. You can vibe code your own SaaS. They're everywhere. You can do that, but you're going to have to put aggressive fulfillment in it to keep the churn down. Brendan Burchard's got his high ticket performance academy. It's awesome. Costs a lot of money. I used to be in it. It's fantastic. But now he's got a passively aggressive offer. It's called Growth Day. I'm in it. I pay $49 a month. It's ridiculously good. It's a subscription-based SaaS layered with his live coaching and accountability. But these dudes are very aggressive with what is in it. There's new content every single day. Brendan Burchard wakes up every single morning and does a 15 to 20-minute live coaching session. He ends his night by doing live coaching sessions. It's very aggressive. So you need both a high ticket offer and a passively aggressive offer. And I'll help you do that. Night School is my version of a passively aggressive offer. It's great. It's fantastic. It takes a lot of work. But if done right, by the end of the year, by the end of 1 year from now, on my 52nd birthday, I'm going to have 1,000 people in there paying me $99 a month, but we're going to bust our tail. But it's important. Number 3, signature framework. Number 3. So pillar number 1 is you need a business plan to start, sell, and scale. Business number 2, you need a high ticket offer of between 5 and 50K, and you need passively aggressive offers that allow you to build monthly recurring revenue. Number 3, you need a signature framework that you can turn into your intellectual property. Your intellectual property. Now, what is a signature framework? So inside of Kavu, we have what's called the pointer system, okay? And I'll just run through it, okay? So pointer. So mine is Pointer. And this is my intellectual property. So P stands for minimum viable product. Now, there are actually 4 P's within the P. So we help you create a minimum viable product. We help you create this pathway, the signature framework. We help you price it, and we help you get proof, okay? So those are the 4 things inside my P. O is we help you create an offer, 2 different types of offer. We help you create a high ticket offer and a passively aggressive offer. I, we help you do what's called an internal launch. An internal launch are to people that you already know, and I have the beta launch system that we help do that. N is we're going to help you nurture it, okay? So we're going to nurture leads. We're going to tweak our offer until we get it dialed in right. T, we're going to help you run traffic to build a tribe. Okay, so traffic and tribe. This is where we help you using our $5 a day method to build your tribe 100 and $10 a day method to build your tribe 1,000. E stands for expert assets. There are 7 assets that as an expert you need to be able to build your business. And R stands for reciprocal systems. This is reciprocity, things that you're doing on an ongoing basis that builds reciprocity and goodwill to your audience that then causes them to buy. So that's my signature framework. So what we've got to do is we have to be able to create your very own signature framework, okay? So what we know is your audience, okay, they have a current reality. Okay, they're frustrated, they're aggravated, they're tired. But we also know over here that they have a current reality. But we also know over here they have a happy place. They have a place that they're trying to get, but they can't do that. So what your signature framework does is it bridges the gap between where they are to where they want to go. And when you create your signature framework, we turn it into your intellectual property. So all the guys that I interviewed, they all have books. Okay, Russell Brunson's book is Expert Secret. That's his signature framework, okay? I was looking over here. I was going to look earlier. I forgot that I can't turn the book. But Dean Graciosi's got his. Everybody has got their own. Like, I've got mine. This is my book right here. This is my intellectual property. This is my entire pointer system put in a book. And I've got trainings on it. It becomes your intellectual property. If you're going to make 8 figures in your business, you've got to be known for something. Okay, you've got to become an authority. The first 6 letters of an authority, as my buddy Hal Ranko says, is author. You can't be an authority without being an author. So we help you come in and we help you take your signature framework and put it into sellable, that's the word I was looking for that I missed earlier, sellable intellectual property, okay? So you got to take this and you got to turn it into sellable intellectual property. Okay, so these 8-figure companies, they have sellable intellectual property. Okay, so I don't have time to get into all of your framework, but your framework will create clarity and confidence for you and your clients that they believe that you will be able to help them. Okay, you'll be able to help them. The fourth pillar. Okay, the fourth pillar is what we call magnetic conversion. Oh, I can't spell today. You need at least one, a magnetic conversion event or demonstration. What do I mean by that? Okay, so one of the things I'm working on right now on my to-do list for night school is I've got a whole pathway on how to do these demonstrations, okay? I just taught about this inside the night school program. But a magnetic conversion event is like a webinar, or it could be like a VSL, or it could be a workshop, or it could be a challenge, or it could literally be an actual demonstration. So if you have a SaaS, like a piece of software, like an actual demonstration that moves the ball forward, right? And what it's designed to do is it's designed to break old beliefs, stack new value, show proof, and then call them to action. There's a process behind it, right? So break the old belief, stack a new value, show proof that it works, and then ask them to take the next step with you. So this magnetic conversion event, you have to have that inside of your business. And if you have it, then you have an asset that you can consistently get out to the marketplace in order to make money. Sort of what I'm doing right now. This sort of is a magnetic conversion event or demonstration. I'm showing you the 8 pillars that you have to have in order to build your 8-figure business. And at the end of this, I'm going to invite you to be part of my CAVU program because I want to coach you. I want to help you, okay? So that's exactly what this, so we help you get crystal clear with this. Now, I've got an entire pathway and slide deck and everything that you need to do a formal one, and that's really what you want is you want a formal magnetic conversion event that you can run ads to that gets your product out to the masses even while you're sleeping, so your calendar is being filled with highly qualified leads that are more likely to buy from you, okay? Pillar number 5, they have authority positioning, and a brand promise. They have authority positioning and a brand promise. They know that authority isn't granted, it's manufactured. Write that down. That could be the single most important thing you hear all day. Authority is not granted, it's manufactured. Okay? It's not accidental. You have to do this, okay? The market listens to who they perceive as credible, okay? And positioning is how you become the obvious choice. Now, there's really 3 levers, okay, to authority positioning. Okay, one is the brand promise, okay? This is really important. This is one clear line that tells the market what to expect from you. So in my small event, big profit, my brand promise is hey, I'm going to help you create your very own small event between 12 and 24 people and help you profit 6 figures in a weekend. Okay, that's the lever. The proof is, so Heather Quizzle. Okay, so Heather Quizzle, she came into the coaching program. We helped her create her first event. She made $100,000 cash on her first event. Okay, that's proof. I would use her. Franco Orbaez. Okay, so Franco came to my home here in Gilbert at my small event, Big Profit. He went and did his event. He only had 18 people show up. He sold 17 of the 18. Okay, and he made over $400,000 cash at his small event. Okay, so that's a lever. Okay, a credibility marker are things like associations, media, certifications. Those are the least important, but I would tell you that if you can get brand promise and proof, then you're really on your way to having that authority positioning. But sometimes you have to manufacture it, okay? So I know people who have been written up in like Forbes magazines and entrepreneur magazines, and sometimes they're volunteer and sometimes you pay for it, okay? I don't know. But most importantly with authority positioning is not where people see you, but what they know you as, okay? So when I first started, my very first online course was Get Paid to Podcast, okay? And I was the podcast guy. Why? Well, I had just done a sports talk radio show for 14 consecutive years on the #1 sports talk radio station here in Phoenix area, okay? I knew how to show up 1 hour a week, okay, with quote unquote a podcast. It wasn't it was an actual radio show back then, but they did stream it online, so technically it was a podcast. But I knew how to do that, and I knew how to get paid to do that. So my first course was Get Paid to Podcast, and then my event, small event, big profit. Then my high ticket mastery. We're going to help you create your very own $25,000 product and sell 3 to 5 of them in the next 30 days. How many of you want that? Right? So if my brand promise was, hey, I have a program called High Ticket Mastery where we help you create your very own $25,000 product and create a marketing system where you can sell 3 to 5 of them in the next 30 days. See, that's a brand promise. How many of you want it? That creates the call to action, that next step. Now I've got the onus on me to be the authority on high ticket. So do I have a signature framework? And I'm just going to work backwards. Do I have a signature framework? Do I know how to get people from where they are to where they want to go? And if the answer is yes, then I'm good. We need to dial in your brand promise so you know exactly what it is you're offering, and then you become known for it. That's the authority positioning and the brand promise. Pillar number 7. Wait, did I get off? Did I skip one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I skipped one. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. Pillar number 6. Here we go. You need an automated client acquisition system. You need an automated client acquisition system. I'm really sorry this is getting so messy. Oh, forgive me. But I get excited when I teach this stuff. Uh-oh. I don't even know how to move this down. Let's just skip that, okay? I'm going to take this and make this a little bit smaller. But you need an automated client acquisition system. So what do I mean by automated client acquisition system? Okay, here we go. That's better. Okay, so you can hustle from 0 to 6 figures. In fact, inside of our night school program and inside of our catapult program, we tell you to hustle your tail off to go from broke to 6 figures. In fact, we tell you don't even spend any money on ads. You don't really need to spend money on ads until you get to the 6-figure mark. But past that, you're going to need some kind of automation, okay? You have to automate to dominate, okay? So with AI and everything, there are so many automated tools that you can use. Like, there's AI Messenger, Setter, Closer, ads, feed funnels, you name it, you can use this. What you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to create a system that sort of becomes like an engine, okay? That when you turn this engine on, it produces whatever it is that you want. So down the street here, there's a tortilla factory, and I love going to the tortilla factory because when you go into the tortilla factory, you've got these little Hispanic gals that all they do is they're mixing the masa, right? And then everything else is automated. And I truly believe that like they've got a big old mixer that they could do that with, but I think they're just out there for show, okay? Because they got these big mixers, and I think when they turn the lights off, they're putting all the stuff in the mixer and just automating the whole thing. But what I love about this is they've got these little Hispanic gals, and they start mixing the masa for the tortillas or the flour for the tortillas, and then boom, all of a sudden all this stuff happens, and then out comes a tortilla. And they even have one of the machines where when the tortilla comes out and it goes right in the fryer, okay, and they deep fry these things to make tostadas, or it goes into the oven and it makes an actual tortilla, and you can eat them right away. It's amazing. It's automated. And I got thinking about, like, that's exactly what you need, an automated lead machine where leads come in, you can process them, and a qualified lead will come out. So at the 8-figure mark, like you can sell things like on webinars. This is why you need the signature framework, and you need the magnetic conversion event, because you can sell things automatically like that, but you need an automated system to fill those leads up. If you're selling on a call, right? then you need a system that gets your calendar packed. Okay, you need an automated client acquisition system. And inside of Cavu, what we do is we show you how to create that automated client acquisition system. And we have a piece of software. It's a white label version of Go High Level. We have a piece of software that we give you. We give it to you. We don't charge you for it. We give it to you, and it creates your automated system. We have a CRM that takes care of all your clients, and we have a pipeline that helps all your salespeople, and we have automations that get the text messages out and the emails out, all the system. It's an automated client machine. If you're going to hit 8 figures, you really need to dial that automated client machine in. Number seven, you need scalable. Now, this is going to be the most controversial one of the day. You need scalable fulfillment and renewal systems. When I was in the church world, we would tell people, you don't have to have a wide open front door when your back door is closed. So the best way to grow your business is not necessarily getting new clients, but keeping the existing clients that you have and having an upgrade system for them where they can go in. So this is why I'm building Night School. So Night School is going to be sort of like my pond, right? So people are going to come in at $99, right? And if I do this right, it should cost me a lot less money to get somebody into my $99 program than it would be my, let's say, $50,000 program. But once they're in the $99 program and I can help them, I've got my, my passively aggressive offer and I'm helping them like crazy with the fulfillment. It should add enough value to them where they'll take the next step with me and then the next step with me and the next step with me. So then my job to be able to create an 8-figure business is just to keep that pond stocked and then to bust my tail with those people and then create a natural next step where they upgrade and take the next step with me. You need that renewable upgrade system inside of your business. And then you need a scalable fulfillment system. You cannot be the fulfillment person in your business. This is one of the hardest things for me because I love to coach, okay? But I have set a goal for myself that 1 year from now, I want to be out of the coaching business. Now, not completely out. That's where number 8 comes in. That's going to show you how to do that. But I want to be out of the one-on-one coaching business. But I want to offer one-on-one coaching. So what I've got to do is I've got to replicate myself. So John is a brilliant coach, but I need 2 or 3 more full-time coaches that I can certify in my program, teach them how to do what I do, so then we can open up the fulfillment and they can get results. Part of me this is why I created my AI twin, because I wanted to be able to scale me. I wanted you to have access to me, but yet still be affordable. So the scalable fulfillment is not something that happens accidentally. It's something that happens intentionally. I remember when I was coaching a bunch of fitness people, this was the hardest thing to get them to do because, nobody coaches like me. Nobody can do it like me. So I always ask them the same exact question. Okay, listen, are you the only fitness coach in the world? No. Okay, so you mean, are you the only person who's ever helped somebody get fit? No. Oh, so you mean there are other people who can do what you do? Well, nobody does it like me. No. Here's really what you're saying. I haven't taken the time to be intentional enough to codify exactly what I do and transfer it to someone else. That's really what you're saying. So when you say that nobody does it like me, well, that's really what you're saying, okay? I was talking with a gal the other day, Alyssa. I guess I've been a little bit more than a month now. Alyssa's brilliant. So Alyssa helps, actually, I won't tell you exactly what she does because I don't know if I have permission to do that. But she's got a superpower that she can do something that if you knew exactly what she did and you knew somebody with that issue, they would pay a lot of money. She's creating a $100,000 offer to be able to do this, okay? And I remember asking her about, are you the only person in the world who could do this? And for the first time in my life, I heard a yes. Yes, I'm the only person that I know who can do this. Now, unless you're her, you probably can't make that claim. So because of that, what we have to do is we have to get intentional about codifying what you know and create a transfer system that allows you to transfer that information in a certification process so you can train people how to be certified in your stuff so now other people can fulfill. Okay? So we need a renewable system that allows your existing clients to upgrade and a scalable system that gets you out of the chair of fulfillment. Okay? That's it. And then number 8. Now, how are you going to do that? Okay, number 8. We do that by creating what's called the CAVU Elite CEO operating system. Now, what's the difference between an elite CEO and an average CEO? Okay. Really has nothing to do with elite or average. It actually has more to do with the word CEO. A CEO is a chief executive officer, okay? Not a chief fulfillment officer. It's a chief executive officer. And what we know about this is that there are three things that this elite CEO must do, okay? Number one, they have to think. Okay, they have to think, okay? They have to be able to create margin for vision, strategy, and decision making. They have to polish their IP over and over and over again. Okay, they have to think. These people, like inside of CAVU in our pointer system, the E is 7 expert assets you have to build. So they have to think. They have to keep thinking. They've got to create intellectual property over and over and over again. And then they have to sell. Now, not them selling, but everything that they do in their business should create revenue. Okay, should create revenue. So if they're going to do a keynote speech, okay, then it should move the ball to where now they get qualified leads because of that keynote speech. If they're going to do podcast, that podcast now gets them new leads or new clients or expands their reach, okay? Everything that they do is designed to build revenue in their business. So they think they're constantly building their authority, constantly creating expert assets, and then they sell, not by actually selling, they outsourced that already, but they're selling by everything they're doing is helping them become more known, more visible, get more leads, more qualified leads, and helps them move the ball down the field. And the more they do that, the more authority and credibility they get, the easier it is for other people to sell them. And the third one is deliver, okay, or fulfill. Okay, deliver or fulfill. Now, once again, they're not actually delivering and fulfilling. Okay, they're not actually the ones who do that work. But by creating a coaching program, that's my genius, that other people can then do, I created that. I created that delivery system. I created night school. I created the delivery mechanism for night school. So I have to create the delivery mechanisms inside of my business constantly that other people can then fulfill and do. That's my job as CEO. And so I'm high level. So I think, I sell, I deliver, and fulfill. I actually don't do, well, actually, I guess I do a lot of the thinking, but sometimes I have tools and resources and coaches that help me think. I actually don't do the selling. I create systems and structures that allow people to sell, and then I use the metrics to be able to hold those people accountable. And anywhere that I see gaps and holes inside the metrics, I make internal shifts and changes to my business so selling can stay at a high level, and then I deliver and fulfill at a high level. I actually don't want to do the delivery, but I'm creating delivery mechanism systems that allow other people to deliver. I'm creating curriculum, core curriculum that people can then use and get certified on and teach. See, that's my job as an elite CEO, is I actually become the CEO. An average CEO is someone who sits in all the chairs. An elite CEO who is someone who sits in one chair and surrounds themselves, not with yes people, but surrounds themselves with a team of people who can then help them think, sell, and deliver. That's the thing. So as I've done my research, what I found is these are the 8 things that you need to have firing in your business in order to go from where you are to a consistent 8-figure year inside your business. Okay, so if you're just tuning, let me recap, and then I'm gonna make you an offer. Okay, can I have permission to make you guys an offer? If you're watching this today, can you just put offer inside the chat room just so I can see it? I just want to know if I have permission to be able to make you an offer. And this is an informal offer. It's not a formal offer. I'm not going to give you a big old presentation of value stack, but I just want to make an offer. Okay. The offer is, I want to be your coach and help you create your very own 7-figure or 8-figure business. I want to do that. I want to help you implement these 8 pillars. And we'll go in this order. We'll help you create a strategic business plan so you know how to start, sell, and scale. You may just need that right now. You may just need to figure out a way how to start. You may need to figure out a way to go from 0 to 1. You may not have a ton of money that you can invest in coaching right now. And I don't want you going broke to do it. So what I want you to do is I want you to buy night school. Okay? I want you to buy night school. And what night school is and I'm going to show you inside of it here in just a minute. What night school is your opportunity to come in and create a system and a foundation and get coached for just a little bit of money a month. You can do it while you still have a 9-to-5 job or while you have another business that you're running that pays the bills. You can do this as your side hustle. That's what night school is about. So I want to invite you to let me help you start. Maybe you got a program, but you don't really know how to sell it. You don't have systems. You don't know really how to sell it. You need some help with that. Or maybe you need to scale it. You need to be able to do that. So I want to help you create a business plan to be able to accomplish that. Then I want to come over here and I want to help you create a high-ticket offer. I want you to have at least a $5,000 offer inside your business. And then I want to help you create a passively aggressive offer, something that creates monthly recurring revenue in your business that you're going to have to fulfill aggressively, yes. But it's going to add so much value that now people are more likely to upgrade. Okay, I want to work with you on your intellectual property. I want to help you figure out your signature framework, your logical and linear process to move people from where they are to where they want to go. I want you to have your very own pointer system. Okay, I want to help you have sellable IP. This is what you make money on, is your intellectual property. What I'm sharing with you today is my intellectual property. I make money on this, okay? I want to help you do that, okay? I want to help you create a magnetic conversion event. Okay, I want you to start with a what we call Joe Orway would call a mini webinar, a 10-minute presentation that puts people in a position where they can say yes or no. I want to help you create a video sales letter that helps put people in a position where it says yes or no. I want to help you create a signature framework talk like this, where you can just go to Facebook Live and you can put people in a position to say yes or no. I want to help you create your very own webinar that you can do one time a week, as Russell Brunson says, until you dial that thing down, and then you go evergreen with it. I want to help you create what Russell calls a dramatic demonstration, which basically shows people exactly what you got and puts them in a position to say yes or no. I want to be able to help you do that. I want to be able to help you create your authority position by starting with your brand promise. What is it that you're known for? I want you to have a brand promise so tight, like my small event, big profit, that says, I'm going to help you run your very own, I'm going to help you create your very own small event between 12 and 24 people and profit 6 figures in a weekend. I want to help you with that. I want to help you create your promise like my high ticket mastery, which is I'm going to help you create your very own $25,000 product and help you sell 3 to 5 of them in your first 30 days. That's my brand promise. And then I want to show you how to create authority around that brand promise so you become known for it. I want to help you create your automated client acquisition system, something that's automated where this thing is working for you 24/7, 365. So you're not stressed about where your next dollar is going to come from. I want to help you create scalable fulfillment systems that get you out of the fulfillment chair eventually. Okay, right now you got to do it. But eventually you got to get out of that. I want to show you how to do that. I want to show you how to create renewable systems that your people come in and what's their natural step to upgrade with you so we can close that back door so we don't always have to have a wide open front door. I want you to become a CAVU elite CEO with an operating system that allows you to think, sell, and deliver. That's what I want. Where you're not doing the work, but now you've got a team of people around you in the right chairs, in the right seats on the bus that allow you to be able to do this. I want to be able to help you to do that. And we do that by having a couple programs. The first program is Night School. I want 100% of the people who are watching this right now to join Night School. It's $99 a month. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you inside of Night School, okay, so you can see it. It's $99 a month, okay? You can't beat this. And you get so much with this $99 a month, okay? I'm going to show you exactly what you get, okay? And so let me go back to share my screen. I think you should be able to see this. Now, this is my vision. This is what I see when I come on here, okay? But this is what you get, okay? So Like I recently just did a training called How to Turn Content into Cash and Get Paid Quickly. Like who doesn't want that, right? So, but we come in here, welcome to night school, and we have a foundation program that we're adding to. Now this is in beta. It'll be in beta for the next 2 weeks, but it's in beta. But we're starting to put our foundation course in here that you can come. You're a newbie. You better get in here. This is where you start. This is how you become an expert. This is how you get your brand promise or your expert clarity statement. This is how you, get to the point where you can resign your job. Okay, that's all in there. We have what we call daily hope fuel. You'll see this. This is getting ready to be loaded up here in about an hour. Every day, I've already recorded the first month. Every day, I'm going to be on there with something positive, energetic. These are 2-minute audio clips you're going to wake up every morning and listen to, and you're going to be able to be encouraged. You're going to have some hope that fuels your tank. We have our core curriculum. We have 4 of them that we're working on right now. We have our core 4+1. Let me show you this. So we have our core 4+1. Okay. So this is you're going to be able to come in and oh, I love this. Shelly just got into the program last night. She's already completed that entire program. I love that. We have Core 4+1, which are the 4 things you have to have in your business. Okay. We have our List Building Pro. We're adding to this right now. List Building Pro basically teaches you how to get your first 100 email people without any money, and then your first 1,000 using a $5 a day strategy. The Pointer System is my 7-step system that we teach through. The Offer Lab, this is awesome. If you're not in here, the Offer Lab is worth the money. Just the Offer Lab in and of itself. Okay, so inside the Offer Lab, let's see if I can show you how to do this. Inside the Offer Lab, how do I do this? Once again, this is my view, not yours. So we have the Stupidly Irresistible Offer Lab, which is the 8 pillars of a stupidly irresistible offer. The payoff statement, the unique mechanism, the offer stack, the risk reversal, the scarcity and urgency, pricing and position, the launch script core. That's how you do a formal presentation. And the stress test, how to stress your offer to make sure that it's good. That is in there. What I'm working on right now, what I'm showing you right now is the foundation of an entire core curriculum that's going to be in there. Every Monday morning, you're going to get coaching with Chad. Okay, you're going to get coaching with Chad. How do I do this? Okay, it's called the Monday Morning Mentor. I did it this morning. It's Monday. It's a holiday. It's my birthday, but I still was in there at 8 o'clock this morning. So you'll see next Monday, 8 o'clock, you'll be able to come on here, hit the live room, and you'll be able to go in there, and I mentor you, where I teach for about 20, 30 minutes, and then we work, and I mentor you. You ask specific questions. I give you specific answers. Okay, you can get my AI coach, my Chad GPT. Okay, my Chad GPT. I love this guy. Okay, you can come in here. You can have a chat with it. You can have a call with it. You can have a video with it. I recommend that you do a call or a video. Okay, the chat is good, but it's not as good as the call or the video. So do a call with it. Okay, it's really good. We have 360 coaching pods where every Tuesday and Thursday you're going to be able to come in here. At night if you're in night school, in the daytime if you're in Cavu, where you can come in, and John will be there 2 days a week in a coaching pod. You rub shoulders with people who have businesses just like yours, or some that are doing way more than yours, or some who are just starting out. You're going to learn from each other, coach from each other, and you're going to get mentored by John 2 days a week. So it's 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you have a live coach. $99 freaking dollars. Okay, it's actually $297, but it's my birthday, so you get it for $97. Okay, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have call the experts. So we're working with 5 people right now. So every day you're going to get an expert. So this is Keely. So Keely on Tuesdays will be in there doing paid traffic strategies, where you're trying to run ads, a $5 a day, $10 a day, $100 budget, whatever. She's going to help you with paid strategies. Okay, Anshul will be in there doing our Funnel Friday, working with you with your funnel. Okay, we're working with the guy on mindset, working with the guy on AI, working with the guy on scale strategies. We will have different experts in there every single day. We'll be in there live. You can go in there, listen to them, talk with them, and learn from them. Okay, we have a training vault. Okay, my training vault is already got a bunch of stuff in there, like 7 steps to beat procrastination, how you build momentum, how to build a culture that attracts the masses, etc. We're adding to this all the time. Okay, John's got his training vault. We have legal documents in here. Okay, so we have legal documents where you can come and if you need a NDA or you need an independent contractor or a coaching contract, all those are in there. Or we have access to our system called Plainly Legal, where you can go on there and for a discount you can get that particular program. It'll build anything out that you want. Okay, we have peer-to-peer expert. We have live chat. We have Wins Wall. We have challenges and summits coming up. I have a 10K in 10 days challenge that's going to be coming up starting the 15th of September, where every single day I go live and I teach you through these 10 things. Like, we're going to show you how to create your quick pitch offer. We're going to show you how to do messaging that makes people say yes. We're going to show you how to do the outreach blueprint. We'll show you how to do objection mastery or urgency triggers or borrowing an audience or tipping the dom, whatever. There's 10 things in there that you'll be able to see. We do those. This is $99 a month. Are you kidding me? Okay, to top it off, you get access to my white label of Go High Level, which is $297 a month. the premium, and you get that included in here so everybody watching needs to go right now, and you need to get night school, okay? Night school, okay? You need to be able to get it. Let me show you how you can get that, okay? I'll come in here. I'm going to give you a link. So if you want to get night school, you're going to go to night school. How do I copy this link? There we go. Link copied. Okay. I'm going to put it in here because I don't know. I'm on a different program and I can't put it in the chat room right now. So I'm just going to put this here. Okay. This is the link right here. So you're going to go to nightschool.io and then /checkout/night-school. And that's going to take you this, and you're going to get this $297 per month program for $99 a month. That is my birthday. That is my birthday offer, okay? So you're going to get everything in there, plus your GHL, plus we have a program in there called Blinko, which is an AI funnel builder where you just tell it what you want, and the whole AI thing will do it, okay? Plus you're going to get Chad GPT in there. These are the bonuses that you get in there. Once again, that's normally $297 a month, but you're going to get it for $97 or $99 a month. It's ridiculous, okay? So you're going to get my core curriculum. You are going to get your coaching pod live 2 days per week, okay, with John. You're going to get the Monday morning mentor where I'm live with you every week, okay? You're going to get the challenges. You're going to get the library. We didn't even talk about the events that are in there and the summits and events. All that's in there, and it's designed to help you craft your very own online program. Okay, $99 a month. Just go to this, so nightschool.io/checkout/nightschool. Just go to that right there. Just type it in. I'll keep it up on the screen so you can see it. So I want to be your coach. So every single person watching should go to this and jump into night school. Okay, so once we hit 24 in there, I think we have 14 and down. Once we hit 24, that goes from $99 to $297. Now the nice thing is I lock this in for life. Okay, so once you come in at $99, you're in at $99 a month for life. Okay, and I won't raise the rate on you unless you leave. If you leave and come back, then you got to come back at $297. But you can lock your rate in at $99 a month. It's ridiculously good. It's one of our signature programs. It's awesome. You should do it. Okay, 100%. Second thing is some of you guys need to do what we call the Yellow Brick Road. The Yellow Brick Road is where John and I will sit down with you for 2 solid days. Okay, you can come to Phoenix or you can fly us to go to you. We'll work with you for 2 solid days, and we will help you get your entire business plan created, get your offer created, and get it out live before we leave. Okay? And then we coach you for 6 months to get you to scale. So we take you through the POI of the pointer system, the product, the offer, and the internal launch. We help you do that, and we help you get that locked and loaded up and running. That's $5,000 down and $1,250 a month, okay? $5,000 down, $1,250 a month, okay? So let me jump in here so I can show you how to find that, okay? So once again, if you want the Yellow Brick Road, let me copy that link. So it's $5,000 down and $1,250 a month for 6 payments, okay? Why is that link not? Okay, copied, okay? So let me put this in here. So if you want that, so this is night school. Okay? If you want the Yellow Brick Road, which I think all of you guys should get, because I think it's awesome. The Yellow Brick Road, okay, you're going to come here and you're going to go to that link, okay? That link. Now, notice what I'm doing. This is ugly. This is called beta, okay? This is called beta, okay? We're launching in beta, okay? So Yellow Brick Road. The third program that we have, so I'm going to leave this on here just a little bit so you can see us. The third program that we have in here that you'll be able to see is we have what we call Catapult, okay? Actually, I don't even tell you about Catapult right now because Catapult is $297 a month, and that's what you're getting for $99. So when you sign up for night school, you're actually getting Catapult, okay? So night school doesn't normally include the coaching, doesn't include the Tuesday, Thursday pod. This one does, okay? It normally doesn't include the Monday morning mentor. It does. Night school is designed to be a self-paced, work at your own pace system, okay, where you don't really get any live interaction. That's $99. You're getting all the live interaction, high level coaching for $297. You're getting it for $99. Plus, we're giving you Blinko. Plus, we're giving you my version of GHL, which is pretty awesome. All for $99 a month. You can't beat that. Beat that right. Okay. So the two things I want you to look into right now is Night School and Yellow Brick Road. Now, regardless of which one you get, we are going to do a call with you, a coaching call. And what we're going to do with you is we're going to sit here and we're going to go back to this, and we are going to do that with you on a coaching call. So we're going to sit down with you. Anybody listening, if you want this right here, you can get on a call with me, and we can schedule a business plan call. Okay, you can schedule that, but you have to at least be in night school in order to take it. Okay, you can at least be in night school in order to take it. Okay, so you jump into night school, buy the $99 program, and then I'm going to give you a complimentary night school call, which is we're going to build out your business plan. Okay, business plan. So regardless of whichever one you do, night school or Yellow Brick Road, in addition, we're going to build out your business plan. And just a reminder, inside the business plan, we help you get your big idea. We help you figure out what your message, mission, market, method is. We figure out the 2 to 3 things that's going to push the ball forward this way. And then we help you create a system so you can track the 11 metrics inside of your system. Okay, so we do that on a coaching call. Okay, and so everybody who comes in is going to get that. So this right here, you're just simply going to go to schedule chad.com. Go to schedulechad.com, and you can book a call with me, and I will do this business plan with you guys. Okay, now you got to at least be in night school for that. Okay, $99. Okay, there's actually we'll leave it at that. Okay, we'll leave it at that. If you come into night school and you don't want all that stuff, all you want is the AI, this is what I'm going to show you. Okay, we actually have a $17 a month one. I wasn't going to promote that, but I guess I will. It's just simply called Launchpad. This is for people who, you don't have the $99 right now, but yet you still need some help. Why is that not copying? Well, maybe that's God telling me, don't give it to him, don't give it to him, don't give it to him. Well, here's what's in Launchpad. Okay, so Launchpad, we've already got a few people in Launchpad, but Launchpad is how can I show you what's in it? Come on. Well, if you want Launchpad, let me know. So what's in Launchpad is you get access to my ChatGPT. Okay, well, you can have access to it. You can talk with it. And it's got a limited number of messages you can use, but it's $17 a month. Plus, we give you access to our Core 4+1 training, so you have that. And then we teach you how we teach you in that how to do a starter kit. Okay, with that, you also get access to the community, so you can ask specific questions with the crew in there. And the Monday morning mentor, we let you do that. So that's the $17 a month as well. And so if you want that one, let me know. Just put 17 in here. I don't know why this is not opening. Oh, link copy to clipboard. There we go. Okay, so if you want the 17, then you can get that as well. So here that. Let's try this again. Okay, so this is what we just call Launchpad. It's $17 a month. There you go. So those are the three offers. Okay, so it's nightschool.io/checkout. Okay, and then Night School, Launchpad, or Cavu, Yellow Brick Road, Inner Circle. Okay, so those are the 3 offers that we have. So Night School is $99. The Yellow Brick Road, if you're serious and you want to get to the next level, but you can't quite afford our $25,000 or $50,000 program, but yet you want to build a 6-figure business quickly, then this is how you do this. This is $5K down, and then 6 payments of $1,250. Okay, right here. And then Launchpad right here is just, this is a basic $17 a month, okay? Everybody watching this should do at least this one, if not this one. Night School is the best bang for the buck because you get in on my birthday, you get my $297 per month program for 99 bucks, and we lock it in for life. Launchpad is if you just want my Chat GPT AI and you want my Core 4+1 and be able to talk to me every Monday on a Monday Morning Mentor, get the Launchpad. And then if you want something more serious and significant, where John and I literally work with you for 2 consecutive days, we build out your entire business, get you up, running, launch, and live in those 2 days, and then we coach you one-on-one for the next 6 months. Well, Yellow Brick Road is the path that you want on that one, okay? So it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So 5K, $1,250 a month, Launchpad $17 a month, Night School $99 a month. You can't beat it. There's the links to join if you guys want it. And so I'm just going to leave that on here just for a little bit. Now the bummer is I can't really do Q&A, I don't think, because I'm on a different program. Let me see if I can figure this out. But I'd love for you guys, I'd love to see the comments. I'd love to be able to answer some questions for you guys. So if you guys want to ask some questions, let's see if that's what this is. Oh, look at this. Okay, I found it. Tammy says, love it. Tammy says, melatonin for the win. Put those kids to sleep. Absolutely. Shelly Bonsex says, impressive. Lauren says, hey, Chad, here we go. Tammy says, Night School sounds awesome. Lauren says, I'm enjoying Night School so far. Loving the coaching pods. Thanks, Tammy. Tammy says, thanks, Lauren. Tammy says, all these guys are great. Lauren wants the notes. Shelly wants the notes. Shelly says, happy birthday. Thank you. Reggie says, this is awesome. Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate you, buddy. Reggie's inside of Night School. Tammy says, happy birthday, Chad. Watching from Phoenix. Notes. Christian Martinez says, Chad, we connected in Vegas. Looking forward to seeing you next month. Awesome, buddy. Yeah, I'll be in Vegas speaking at the ClickFunnels Connect event there in Vegas next month. Christian says, notes. I'll get those to you, Christian. Misha says, happy birthday. Thank you, dear. Tammy says, I'm ready. Shelly says, I'm ready. Say less for more impact. I like that. Sean wants the notes. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you, buddy. I'll send that to you in a minute. Layla says, happy birthday. Great training as always. Lauren says, passively aggressive offer. So good, Chad. Yeah, in fact, Lauren, you and I were doing a coaching call the other day when I came up with that. I'm like, oh, my God, I got to write that down. And so that was awesome. Narissa, I need this. Passively aggressive income. Absolutely. Nadina says, Chad's University. I like it. Narissa says, offer. Shelly says, offer. Nadina says, offer. Narissa, great offers. I'm going to join Night School. Awesome, Narissa. We would love to have you in there. You're one of my favorite as always. I can't see any more messages on this right here. So if you said something, I can't see it, so go ahead and keep commenting, and I'll look at it. Guys, I really appreciate you. Here's the offer. So you guys all should be doing Night School. It's nightschool.io/checkout/night-school. I'm going to leave this on there. I'll put it in the comments here in a little bit. The Yellow Brick Road, that's the one that many of you guys, if you're trying to get to the 6-figure mark quickly, that's the one you should do. And then if you're just kicking the tires, you don't know whether you want to do this or not, but the Launchpad is really good. It's $17 a month. You get Chat GPT, you get my AI twin. Oh, I was going to show you guys this, okay? So I'm going to show you this, okay? So this is going to be fun. Some of you guys saw me do this the other day, but this is what this looks like, okay? So when you come into Night School, okay, when you come into Night School, I'm gonna show you what this looks like as a member, okay? So if you're a member, this is what you're gonna see. So I'm gonna view as a member, okay? And we're gonna pick on somebody. We're gonna pick on Alicia, okay? So when you come into Night School, you'll see that this is your view, okay? So when you come in, you can see over on the right all the upcoming events. So you see that we have paid traffic strategies, weekly call, Monday Morning Mentor. We keep you up to date on that. Any trending posts, okay, you can see those on the right. Everything that you need to see is in your, just like think of Facebook, it's your feed going right here. And then on the left, you can see the Daily Hope Fuel. You can see everything that you get. But see right here, let's do a conversation with AI chat, okay? So now, once again, we have not locked and loaded the video, okay? But I'm going to show you the video anyway. So you can do a chat, you can do a call. Let me just show you what the chat looks like. So when you're on here, you do a chat, and you can just put anything. Put like, something like, how do I? Hey, Chad, I need a little bit of help creating an online coaching program. I am helping men learn how to lose weight. Can you help me? So you can just do that and put it in here. You can type it if you want to, and it'll think a little bit, and then it'll give you, everything that you need. What I don't like about this is it blurts all the information out for you, so it sort of has everything. The nice thing though is it gives you references. So like it'll give you a number in here. So if you want to see like the training that came from, you can click on the 5. It'll take you right to the training where I taught that. I don't love the text, although the text is very good. Okay, the text is very good. So we're going to come out of here. Let's refresh it now. Let me show you what the audio would look like, okay? So if you were to come in here with the audio, let's do a call with it, okay? And then we'll do video next. Here's the call.
Hi, I'm Coach Chad's Premium AI Digital Twin. How can I help?
Hey, Chad, how are you, man? I got a question for you. I own a business where I sell chocolate chip cookies, and they're premium, okay? And these cookies are amazing, and they're really expensive. I charge $24 for a dozen of those, and what I'm trying to do is I want to teach other people how to create their very own chocolate chip baking company and get their cookies out to the masses. I'm wondering if you could help me.
Man, your cookies sound like they've got the premium stamp all over them. $24 a dozen is no joke, so you're definitely not messing around with this. Teaching others to launch their own chocolate chip cookie businesses? Love it. Here's the real talk. You're sitting on a killer premium brand. So the first thing I focus on is helping your students nail their unique flavor, both literally in the cookie and figuratively in the business they build around it. What you want to do is pull back the curtain on what makes your brand special. Is it your recipe, your packaging, your story, your marketing? Whatever that edge is, you teach them to find their own authentic, unique solution for their version. Then show them how to price for value, not just cost, because premium means premium. Right? Start simple. Break down everything that goes into creating your product, from sourcing ingredients, presenting the product, to building a brand story that commands that $24 and beyond. Then dial in the marketing and sales process so they can consistently attract customers who actually want high-end cookies. I'd even throw in coaching them on mindset, how to own charging a premium without backing down. This isn't about discount hustle. This is about confident, strategic positioning. What's your current takeaway on who you want your students to be and what kind of business support you see yourself offering? Are you thinking online courses, live workshops, done-for-you templates? That'll influence how you build the framework. Let's get into the juicy part of how you actually systemize this so it's repeatable and scalable for you and your future coaching clients.
I love that, Chad. Just real quick before I move on, how much do you think I should charge for this? Do you think is this a $99 product? Is this a $1,000 product? Is this a $10,000 product? What do you think?
Okay, listen, here's the real deal on pricing your teaching program for building chocolate chip cookie businesses. This ain't a $10 ebook situation. Your cookie biz is premium, so your education has to match that vibe. If you want to keep it accessible but valuable, a $99 product might be too low and actually sell value short. Think more like $500 to $1,000 for a solid entry-level course that gets people cooking and launching. That hits the sweet spot for people serious about investing in themselves without scaring them off. Now, if you pack in high-touch coaching or deeper strategy for their business launch, like personalized feedback, done-for-you stuff, or private group access, then you're definitely in the $3,000 to $5,000 range. That's where you show up as the premium expert helping future cookie CEOs bank real results. $10,000, totally possible if you're including high-end value like mastermind levels, done-for-you marketing funnels, or ongoing personal coaching that directly drives their income. But you gotta nail your authority and results to justify that kind of price. Bottom line, think about what transformation you're delivering. Show the value, stack it with proof, then price confidently. Don't be afraid to start high and adjust, but always respect your worth in the premium market you're going after. What level of support and access are you thinking of offering in this teaching program?
Well, I love that. Chad, I love that, man. Thank you. Really, thank you. Appreciate it. Help me with one thing. So one of the things that I believe in is creating a brand promise. Can you help me with my brand promise?
All right. This is where it gets exciting. Your brand promise is the heartbeat. It's what you're boldly declaring to your future students about the transformation they get when they come with you. So think about this. What's the one powerful outcome you absolutely guarantee? What problem are you solving better than anyone else? Then pack that into a punchy, confident sentence. Something like, I promise to help you build your own premium chocolate chip cookie business that stands out and sells with zero guesswork. Or I promise to equip you with the exact recipe, brand, and sales system to turn your cookie passion into a thriving premium brand. It's got to be authentic, straightforward, and compelling enough that when people hear it, they think, yeah, that's exactly what I want. And don't be shy. Your promise is your authority. Make it sharp, make it real, and make it irresistible. Tell me, what's the core change?
Yeah, so as you get an idea of that. Now let me show you the video. The video is my favorite. It looks terrible, I will tell you this. We got the voice locked in, but I don't love the way it looks. It makes me look like a robot. But I think my video gives the best advice out of all three. But you can see that the audio is solid, okay? Audio is solid. In fact, John was on here, and he texted me the other day, or actually called me the other day. He goes, dude, I spent a couple hours with Chad GPT. He goes, it's way smarter than you are, okay? So here's the video, okay? So like, you know, if you want to do the video, you can do the video. And once again, with $17, I think I'll just make it this way. I think you get the video too. I don't think you do, but I'll make it this way because I think that's important. Okay, so we're going to start the call, and this is the video. Now, once again, I did this in my studio. And so once again, don't laugh. We haven't got the face figured out yet, but the voice is pretty locked in. So let's get this.
Hi, I'm Coach Chad's premium AI digital twin. How can I help?
Hey, Chad, how are you? This is Chad. I am live on Facebook right now, and I'm introducing the world to you. And I just finished my training called The 8 Pillars of a 7-Figure Business, and I'm selling Night School, and I'm telling them that they get access to you in Night School. So tell them what you're about and why they should buy.
Hey everybody, Chad Thibodeau here, and I'm pumped because you just got an invite to something that's going to change your business forever. Here's the real deal. The 8 Pillars of a 7-Figure Business is the blueprint you need to move from stuck to scaling. And when you join Night School, you don't just get a course. You get me live coaching you, guiding you every step of the way. Why should you jump in? Because it's time to stop spinning your wheels. I'm going to help you get crystal clear on who you serve, how to position yourself as the go-to expert, and how to build an offer so irresistible it sells without sleazy hype. You'll craft your message, build your product, stack your value, and nail the exact pitch that converts browsers into buyers. This isn't theory. It's proven. It's live and it's flexible. One night a week, after dinner, we get on together and make progress that sticks. You get the mindset, the marketing muscle, and the clear pathway from zero to a profitable business you love. And that payment plan? It's designed to make saying yes easier than ever. 3 easy payments, no guesswork. If you're serious about launching or leveling up, Night School is the jumpstart you've been waiting for, and I'm right there with you. Live coaching, pushing, and celebrating your wins. So get on board now, because seats fill fast, and your business deserves this level of clarity and momentum. Can't wait to see you inside.
Hey,
let's get after it.
Yeah, so thank you. I'm wondering if you guys are watching online, if you can ask a question, and I'll relay it to this chat. But somebody type a question in here. Any question that you want to know, just put the question in here, and I'm going to ask my Chad GPT, so to speak, that. So, but Chad, while we're waiting for somebody to put a question in here, by the way, I really am grateful for you. You've helped me out. Tremendously. What I want to know is. When it comes time for people inside of Night School to launch their business, okay, they could start anywhere, right? They could start anywhere. What would you say is the single most important place for them to start on day one?
All right, here's what I want you and everyone inside Night School to lock in. The single most important place to start on day one is your value proposition. Yeah, that's right. And not just any value prop tossed out there, but the one that answers the core questions of who you serve, what problem you're solving, and why you're different. Let that sink in for a second. Because here's the kicker. If you don't start with crystal clear value around your offer and for your audience, everything else, your messaging, your marketing, your sales, will feel weak and scattered. You want to serve a real person with a real problem, and then make it clear why your solution is the one they've been searching for. That's your foundation. Once you've got that locked, the rest becomes navigation instead of guessing. You'll know who to talk to, what to say, and how to build momentum from practical actions instead of wishful thinking. So yeah, start there absolutely with your value proposition, then move fast, build offers that speak loud and clear, and keep the wheels turning. That's the first domino. What's your biggest hang up with nailing your value prop right now? Let's zero in on that.
Well, actually, Chad, before we do that, what I want to do is, so one of our audience members, remember we're Facebook Live right now, one of our audience members, Keely, wants to know, what are 3 high-level beliefs an entrepreneur needs to have to build a $1 million business?
Keely, this is a powerhouse question, and I'm fired up to answer it. If you want to build a $1 million business, you've got to lock in 3 high-level beliefs that fuel every move you make. First, believe that your unique value matters and that you can solve a real problem people are begging to fix. If you doubt that, you'll never have the conviction to push through when it gets tough. Second, you have to believe that clarity beats complexity every time. Get super clear on your target audience, your message and your offer. Chasing shiny stuff or trying to be everything to everyone is a recipe for burnout, not millions. And third, you must believe in your own resilience and adaptability to learn fast, pivot when needed, and keep taking imperfect action without waiting for until everything's just right. Because that's the muscle of every successful entrepreneur, showing up, tweaking, and leveling up through each mistake and win. So those beliefs, they don't just guide your business, they transform your mindset into the kind that makes a $1 million business inevitable, not just wishful thinking. You want to dive deeper into how to own these and flip them from ideas to daily habits.
Yeah, I love that. Chad, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to give a quick little demo to the world today of what you're about. But leave us, okay, will you leave us with a Chad dad joke?
All right, you asked for a Chad dad joke to leave the crowd with some smiles. Here we go. Why did the entrepreneur bring a ladder to the business meeting? Because they heard the profits were going through the roof. Boom, keep climbing, keep laughing, and keep crushing it. Thanks for letting me be part of this live. And remember, your potential's unlimited when you decide to own it. Let's get after it.
So, guys, that's it. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you cannot beat that. That is crazy, crazy cool. And so what's really nice about this is when you're done, now it'll force you to log in. And when you log in, it will give you the transcript. Okay, it'll give you the transcript of your talk, and so you can see everything that you did, and you can copy and paste it. What I do is I copy the transcript and I stick it inside a GPT, and I say organize the conversation for me, and it gives me a nice conversation. I put it in my Google Drive so I can see everything from it. And it's really, really awesome. And I even do some fun things with it. Like I'm like, okay, based upon this area of our conversation, create me a Facebook post, or based upon this area of conversation, give me a tweet based upon this. Like, it's so awesome. So if you guys need to do that for $17 a month, you can't beat it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to put this back on the screen one last time, and then I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate you guys, but I do have a birthday I need to go celebrate. And but once again, I'm encouraging all of you guys to jump into night school. It's $99 a month. It's really the catapult program. It's $297 a month, but you guys can come in for only $99 a month because it's my birthday today. It's the birthday special I have. We lock in your price for life. So as long as you stay in, you get it for $99 a month. Just go to nightschool.io/night-school. Okay, I'll also put these in the chat room or in the conversation in a minute. Yellow Brick Road. If you guys are serious about building a 6-figure business, this is the one that I would start with. It's a little bit of money out of pocket. You put $5K down, but John and I will work with you in person for 2 solid days. We'll get your idea up and running, launching live in 2 days, and then we will coach you twice a month for the next 6 months to be able to help you make sure everything's working, you're profitable, and you're well on your way to 6 figures. That's a great offer right there. Okay, and then the launch pad. If you guys are just kicking tires, you don't know if this is for you, but you want to be able to access ChatGPT like I showed you, just go to nightschool.io/checkout/launchpad, and we have 2 bonuses in there for my birthday. One is we're going to give you the Core 4 Plus 1 online course, and as long as you stay in it, you get to come to the Monday Morning Mentors every Monday at 8 o'clock my time, where I jump on and I do a live training, and then I take your specific questions. You can give me specific answers, and you can always send me messages in the thread earlier. So if you can't be on it live, I'm happy to answer your questions for you live, and then you can go back and watch the replay. So that's pretty good. So that's our 3 offerings right there, guys. Night School, $99, Yellow Brick Road, and don't forget about the bonus that we're doing for everybody everybody that signs up, regardless of whether you do the Yellow Brick Road or the night school, we are giving you a complimentary coaching session where we're going to come in and we will do your business plan. We'll do that for you, okay, live on a call. Either John and I will do that for you. And remember, that's where we help you get clear on your big idea, what the message, mission, market, method is. In other words, your what, who, and how. We give you the 2 or 3 key initiatives that you're going to be working on right now, okay? We call that our 3 strategic moves. And then we'll give you the 11 things that you have to have operating in your business that you can measure to turn your business into a math equation so cash is never an issue. And all you got to do is once you get into night school at Yellow Brick Road, all you're going to do is you're going to go to scheduledchad.com. Just go to scheduledchad.com and you can book that call with me, and we can even get it done this week. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending the last 1 hour and 40 minutes with me. I hope this training was awesome to you. Don't forget, if you want the information, just simply put notes. I'll have my assistant send you the notes here in just a little bit, but it's a lot of them, but you'll be able to get the notes for this, and then give me a second. I'll put these links in there as well for you. But if you guys want night school, you want Yellow Brick Road, you want Launchpad, let's get at it. All right, guys, thank you guys so much. God bless you. We'll see you very, very, very soon.